Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials. Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining. Rink Sports Grill offers in a hockey-themed TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. The rink also offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet, they can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth. Check them out today. Stop by Iron Range Apparel for all your Minnesota-themed clothing and home decor. Located in the Thunderbird Mall in Virginia, Iron Range Apparel offers lake cabin and home decor along with a large variety of apparel. Grab a hockey hoodie for the rink or a winter hat for the cold Minnesota weather. Iron Range Apparel also offers wholesale pricing and custom screen printing. Find them on Facebook and Instagram or shop online at ironrange.shop, and good luck to all the players. Minnesota Twist Drill is a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey and wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. For all your heating, air conditioning, and refrigeration needs in the Grand Rapids area, call Tony from Anthony's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Refrigeration at 218-256-1092 or find them on Facebook at Anthony's Heating, AC, and Refrigeration, LLC. G&B Environmental specializes in proactive air and water filtration services, HVAC coil protection, cottonwood screen insulation for cooling units, UV light air purification systems, and electrostatic disinfectant spraying for COVID-19 and other contagions. Give them a call at 1-800-466-2018 or visit gbenvironmental.com. Winnie Trading Post is your one-stop shop on the way to the lake. Located 12 miles north of Deer River on Highway 46 by Lake Winnebagosh, Winnie Trading Post offers gas, food, bait, propane, and everything in between. Find them on Facebook by searching Winnie Trading Post or stop by on your next trip to the lake. Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the IRA Civic Center in Grand Rapids for game number 2 of our youth hockey coverage. We had a good game between Grand Rapids and Hibbing Chisholm, 12 UB girls, 2-2 tie. And now we have Grand Rapids Peewee B1 Orange and Hibbing Chisholm Peewee B1s just getting underway from the IRA Civic Center. Play down in the Hibbing zone now, play at neutral. Now to the Grand Rapids zone. In net for Grand Rapids for this matchup is Grant Olson, number 30, and for Hibbing Chisholm, number 24, Wyatt Kane. Yeah, for this matchup, I'm expecting a good game. Grand Rapids, both Hibbing Chisholm and Grand Rapids have very good Peewee programs. Grand Rapids has 4 teams total, pretty good Peewee AA team, and Hibbing Chisholm, top 3 in the state in Peewee A's. And you know when Hibbing Chisholm and Grand Rapids played each other for Peewee AA's, I think Hibbing Chisholm won one of the games, and then Grand Rapids won the other one. So very competitive games, and now we have the B1 teams playing here. Should be a very competitive game, like I said.
So Hibbing must have a B1, a B2, and a Peewee A, because they got it listed here. Grand Rapids back on January 14th. This Grand Rapids team played the Hibbing B2 team and beat them 22-0 at the fairgrounds in Hibbing.
Yeah, Hibbing Chisholm does have 3 total teams for Peewees. Shot there goes wide by number 6, Andrew Rozzi for Grand Rapids. Hibbing trying to poke it out, kept in by the Thunderhawks. Now Grand Rapids trying to put a shot on there. Can't get in on net. Now back in the Thunderhawk zone. Here come the Thunderhawks now, trying to find Will Miskovich on the pass. Now back in the Hibbing zone here. Shot up the boards by number 7, Andrew Sundquist. Now over to the far corner. It's again sent up the boards and out of the zone by Hibbing Chisholm. Play at neutral. Now back in the Grand Rapids zone and back to neutral. Now here's Castendick. And now picked up by Miskovich coming the other way. Over on the far side in the Hibbing zone. Along the backboards now. Big hit there. I thought that probably would have been a penalty. Here comes Hibbing Chisholm now. Shot in by Wyatt Story deep in the zone. And now it's going to be sent off the glass by the Thunderhawks. They will take it out. For the Thunderhawks, Joe Dick sends it in. Glove by the goaltender for Hibbing Chisholm. Wyatt Kane. Stoppage of play. 12:27 remaining in period 1.
You know, I'm looking at the record. This Peewee team from Grand Rapids, they've got a winning record. I'll count them up in a little bit, but I would have to say, I'm going on the list, they might have, say, 20 wins to maybe 5 losses on the season.
Face off in the Hibbing Chisholm zone over to the far side now, picked up by Grand Rapids. Shot there, goes wide, now on the near side. Up to the point, kept in by number 15, Gavin Bray. Now here comes Hibbing. They send it out. Sent in out by Raiden Scott. Now brought in by Wyatt Story for Hibbing Chisholm over on the far side now in the Grand Rapids zone. Thunderhawks come away with it. So they send it around the net. And it's going to be shot all the way down by number 22, Will Harklaw. Goes all the way down for an icing.
And I'm looking at the coaches for this Grand Rapids team. Looks like Andy Harkala, Corey Jackson, and Gabe Sweeney are the coaches for this Grand Rapids Peewee B Orange team.
I notice Blaze Murphy's on this team. He's brothers with McCrae and Bauer Murphy.
Sure, so their dad would be Aaron Murphy.
Yep. Battle for along the half wall in the Grand Rapids zone. On the near side, kept in by Hibbing there momentarily. Will Miskovich trying to shoot it out, kept in by Hibbing Chisholm there. They still keep it in. Shot down by Mikko Boben. Grand Rapids still trying to send it out, and they will poke it out now to neutral. And brought right back in by Hibbing Chisholm. Going to the net, shot wide there by number 12, Julian Fisher. Now back to neutral. Skating around with it is Andrew Sundquist. Now up to Boben. Boben shoots it all the way in. Hibbing Chisholm gets a change here. Going back to pick it up for the Thunderhawks. It's number 4, sent out by Grand Rapids now to neutral and sent right back in by Hibbing Chisholm. Now flip through center ice, and it's going to be tipped in by Grand Rapids number 26, Cooper Lonson. Over on the far side now in the Hibbing Chisholm zone. Battle for it now along the half wall. Hibbing controls now. It's going to be shot all the way down by number 16. Wyatt Story, no icing on the play. Sent behind the net now over to the far side. And it's going to be kept in by Hibbing Chisholm at the blue line there. And now shot all the way down by the Thunderhawks. No icing there on the play once again. Going away with it for Hibbing Chisholm is Andrew Sundquist. Now back in the Grand Rapids zone, going to pick it up is Easton Bagden. Now for Grand Rapids, Gavin Bray. Up to number 7, Hayden Jackson shoots it all the way in at the red line there. Over on the near side now in the Hibbing Chisholm zone. Now sent out by Hibbing Chisholm all the way down. And it will go down for an icing with 9:13 remaining in period 1.
Boy, Blake, that had to be about a 3-minute stretch there where they played without a whistle. Moving the puck quite well back. Grand Rapids seems like they were controlling it for a little bit. Hibbing came back in the zone, got a couple shots. You know, right now Grand Rapids, you said it earlier, man. This is good hockey. They're a good team, good talented kid. I can see how this team has a lot of wins. Trying to get some information on the Hibbing team here for people.
Up at the point, shot blocked away by Hibbing's number 15, Mikko Boben. Now over in the far corner, and it's going to be flipped out by Hibbing Chisholm's Fisher. Fisher picking it up now, coming in with speed, going to the net. Can't really get a shot off there, covered up by the goaltender, Grant Olson. Stoppage of play here, 8:55 remaining in period 1. Still looking for our first goal of the hockey game, halfway through the first period.
He couldn't get that pass over either for nothing. He had a guy wide open. The Grand Rapids defender stuck with him enough where he couldn't get the pass or the shot off.
You know, Eric, it's really good to see one of these range teams have a good group of players like Hibbing Chisholm does. Like we mentioned, Hibbing Chisholm Peewee A's are in the top 3 in the state in the Let's Play Hockey rankings.
That's excellent. That's absolutely amazing.
Very good.
And give good job to the Coaches Association over there too.
Picked up by Hibbing Chisholm. Trying to put a shot on there was Sadness. Now deep in the zone, sent out front, can't connect. Over on the far side, now it's picked up by Grand Rapids' Tate Sweeney. Sweeney's going to shoot it all the way in, but deflects off the Hibbing player, number 24, Wyatt. Oh boy. We have, looks like the player wearing number 24, the right defenseman, forgot his jersey. That's why the goalie's wearing a white jersey.
Oh, sure.
They both have number 24s.
Oh, sure. You know, I can honestly say, Blake, that is one thing that I've made some mistakes. That's one thing I've never done is left my jersey behind.
Did you see Alabama Huntsville was playing somewhere in Michigan a couple weeks ago, and they forgot all their jerseys, so they had to wear some kind of practice jersey. I think they're playing maybe.
Holy smokes.
Well, I don't know who they were playing. Some team in Michigan, but yeah, they forgot all their jerseys, so they had to wear practice jerseys for the game, and they won the game. What division
are they? Are they Division 1, aren't they still?
Yeah, they are.
But they probably maybe playing Western or Central Michigan, maybe?
One of the Michigan teams, I know that. Shot there by Grand Rapids, fires it over the net.
I know over years past, Central Michigan has played Alabama, Bemidji, those teams.
Yep. Yeah, they're in the WCHA conference.
You know what? Who gets in trouble for that? How sick would a feeling would be to do that? You go to get the jerseys off for the team. You're like, hey, coach, we got a small problem.
probably the equipment manager, I would say.
I always thought that'd be one of the best jobs in pro hockey, Blake, is to be the equipment manager.
Going to be shot in by Grand Rapids. Castendick. Now back in the Grand Rapids zone, going to pick it up is Jens Onnen. Grand Rapids comes away with it now, poked ahead by Harklaw. Now deep in the Hibbing Chisholm zone. Battle for it behind the net. And the Blue Jackets come away with it. Sent out of the zone. It's going to be flipped up by number 4, Joe Dick. Now back to neutral. And all the way back in the Hibbing Chisholm zone now. Intercepted by Grand Rapids. Shot! And a big save for the goaltender, Wyatt Kane of Hibbing Chisholm.
Very nice. Stood his ground. Once he went down, he looked behind him, but he didn't move his pads, and that's the key. Keep still. You just don't know. That puck just made, you don't want it to squirt out. Nice play by the Hibbing goalie.
Just got a message here from Brittany Fisher saying Reese Ringhofer is wearing the goalie's jersey here this afternoon. So thanks for that message, Brittany. Yeah, I don't think I ever forgot my jersey when I was going to a game.
Nope.
Another one is baseball, forgetting your glove.
Oh, boy. Yeah, trust me. I left my glove at the field before leaving a softball game before I had to come back at midnight to see if it was there.
Stoppage of play here for an offside with a 5:40 remaining in period 1. You're still scoreless between Grand Rapids and Hibbing Chisholm in this Peewee B1 game. Flipped in by the Blue Jackets, and now it's going to be sent all the way down by Grand Rapids. No icing on the play there. It's going to be kept in by Grand Rapids here. And now Hibbing Chisholm picks it up in their own zone over to the near side now. Shot up by the Blue Jackets. Up to Erdahl. Was sent to the net there. Doesn't get on net. Now the Thunderhawks come away with it. Now a battle for it on the near side. Up to Blaze Murphy. Shot out by Grand Rapids. Blue Jackets controlling the neutral zone. Will be sent up. Once again, no icing on the play there. Here's bagged on. Sent it to center ice, intercepted by the Blue Jackets. Shot there, poke checked away by the goaltender, Olsen. Now over on the far side, up to the point. Shot right on. It's again saved there for the goaltender, Olsen. Grand Rapids will flip it out to neutral. Now back in the Blue Jackets zone. This time it will go down for an icing with 4:17 remaining in period 1.
Well, Blake, what I can find here, the way this Peewee team started out the year, they lost their first game to Cloquet White, and then they went on a streak of 6 games in a row, and that's all they got updated on their page right now. So that was before the pause.
Back in November?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they started out with a 6-1 record before that pause came about, but then there's nothing listed for their win-loss record after the pause.
Okay. That's been the challenging thing for us too, trying to get to these youth games. Some of the schedules aren't updated, so we don't know when they're playing and who they're playing. So, Grand Rapids has done a good job, updating their schedules after the pause was done. But, some of the associations, like you said, Hibbing, it's been hard to check their schedules. You and Randy tomorrow are actually doing a Hibbing Peewee AA or
I was just going to ask you, that's a Hibbing
Peewee A game. Peewee A game.
Okay, okay, Peewee A, yes.
Against Virginia.
Yes.
Tomorrow at the fairgrounds.
Good. I want to see this team play the the top 3 in the state. I was kind of interested. I was just going to pull up and see who's on that roster myself. So I was just getting ready to do here.
I've reffed that team once this year. Very good team.
And if I'm not mistaken, the coach of the Hibbing High School, Eric Rewerts, his son is on that team?
I believe so, yes.
Yep.
Braden Rewerts.
And he's been Randy's Cameron color man, was up in Wasabi. was able to help him. That's pretty decent.
He's done a couple games now with Randy.
Yeah.
He's done a good job, for being a Peewee. Very good job.
You know what? Like I told you this before, when I was your age or even his age, the last thing I thought I was going to do is be sitting in a press box talking on the radio. I was probably up in the stands running around, getting in trouble, yelled at, anything but sitting in this press box.
Yep.
So I give you kudos too, Blake. You do an awesome job, my friend.
Thank you. Kept in by the Blue Jackets, back behind the net now. That's going to be sent up the boards by the Thunderhawks on the near side. Blue Jackets try keeping it in. Will Miskovich brought it out, and now they're going to be offside there as Miskovich fell down. Stoppage of play with 3 minutes exactly remaining in period one. There's also a penalty on Grand Rapids right now. Didn't realize that. A minute 20 remaining on the power play for Hibbing Chisholm here.
Yes. It was a kind of a really weird penalty. It was over in the far corner by the old Zamboni room here in Grand Rapids. Two players got tangled up, Hibbing and Rapids, and went down, and they gave the Rapids guys. So I really didn't see exactly what happened. I just knew that they were both laying on top of each other, pushing each other around, trying to get up.
In the Hibbing zone. Now shot up to... You stay on side there. Now shot in by the Blue Jackets. Here's Joe Dick for Grand Rapids. Sends it up the far half wall. Trying to backhand it out there was Castendick. Now Grand Rapids will flip it out through neutral. Going back to get it for Hibbing Chisholm is Reese Ringhofer. Now Grand Rapids will pick it up. That probably shouldn't have been an offside, actually. Hibbing shot it out, and it deflected off the Grand Rapids player. I don't think deflections count.
No.
For Grand Rapids knocking it back in. But
and another one I was going to ask you too, Blake. Okay, on that last play, the Hibbing player physically pushed the Grand Rapids player and brought him off sides, and the puck was brought back in, and they still called it an offside.
Well, if
is
you're
that a discretion?
If you're pushed in, that should be waved off.
Yeah, and that's what I just thought a minute ago, because the Grand Rapids player Will Miskovich was pushed into the in the Hibbing zone, and then they called it an offside. I know things get missed. It's just the way it is. We all make mistakes. We all see things. We call it how it is sometimes, or how we see it, should I say?
Sent all the way down by Hibbing. No icing on the play. Well, Eric, I'll tell you one thing. That rule book is pretty thick.
I can't even imagine. I remember when I started playing hockey, Blake, the red line was not in existence when I started playing hockey. And then it came out, if I remember right, it came into play, and then it went out of play again. And now it's back in play again.
Play continues here in the Grand Rapids zone. Back behind the net now, picked up by the Thunderhawks. Bray sends it over, and now he will pick it up. Bray off the far boards. Hibbing Chisholm trying to send it back in. Now it's center ice. Tipped ahead by the Thunderhawks and sent right back out by Hibbing Chisholm here. Here come the Blue Jackets the other way. 45 seconds remaining in period one. No score. Now Grand Rapids comes away within their own zone. Sent off the boards. And at the point, shot right back in by Sundquist. Now along the backboards, a battle for it. 30 seconds remaining in period one. Over on the far side now. Here's Bagden. Shot back down to that corner by the Blue Jackets. Sadness. Now Grand Rapids will send it all the way down for an icing. 15 seconds remaining in period one.
It had been an entertaining period. A lot of speed out here. A minute ago I had to do a check here. I'm like, man, the way they were playing, some of these kids, there's big kids out here, tall kids out here on both teams. And I had to stop and think, is this Peewees again? Oh, my bad. My hands got cold.
Back in the Grand Rapids zone. Now behind the net, 5 seconds remaining. Sent out front. Can't center hit the skate of a Grand Rapids player. The buzzer will sound here. And that's going to do it for period number one from the IRA Civic Center. Our score after 1 period of play in this Peewee B1 matchup, it's the Grand Rapids Thunderhawk 0 and the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets 0 as well.
Yeah, good hockey games so far. I'm glad we did this game. I'm glad we do these games because, to me, you get used to the names. I remember when I was younger, and I was doing play-by-play with the radio station, or color for a radio station. I knew younger kids. I knew them in the program, watching them. Like you probably get used to the Grand Rapids name, seeing some of the players as younger ones. So now that they get into high school, I know you haven't done a lot of Rapids high school hockey games over the years, but you get better with knowing players. Like, who your brother played with, the Bantam A's.
Yep, I know every player on the varsity team.
Yeah, and
I don't even need the roster anymore.
No, I don't either no more with Grand Rapids.
Yep.
But that's one thing I talked to somebody before. I only did Grand Rapids games previously, and the thing is I knew every Grand Rapids player, JV, varsity, Bantams, and now I'm stepping out. We're doing Eveleth, Virginia, Greenway, Hermantown, those games. I have to get used to in knowing those names, and it's been kind of a trick. The one thing, like I said, I'm getting in practice, as the season goes forward here. I want to start doing the more play-by-play for these JV games. I let you do them against War Road and Moorhead for the pure fact that I didn't want to make mistakes when we had that good of a, that was a big game, big following. I don't want people to think, who is this guy? I know we all got to start somewhere.
Yep.
I just don't want to mangle a play-by-play for somebody and wreck their experience of this and our name of Up North Hockey. I know people are forgiving, but I just want to make things right when I do this.
And kind of talking about, the season this year is kind of winding down. Only a couple weeks left. Next year, we're looking at updating equipment. We're going to really try to make it, a big thing.
I want to.
Yeah, getting updating our cameras, equipment, right now it's a very cheap setup, and that's fine for now, but we really want to make this something big, so stay tuned for that. We'll probably come out with some plans over the summer and spring and fall.
On the side of your computer there? Thank you. My charger's not charged.
Second period of play is underway from the IRA Civic Center. 0-0 between Hibbing Chisholm and Grand Rapids. Here come the Thunderhawks the other way. Ooh. Shot right on there. And a save by the goaltender, Kane. Now up at the point on the near side along the half wall now. Grand Rapids comes away with it there momentarily now in the near corner. Now a shot right on there by number 26 of Grand Rapids, Cooper Lonson. Nice save there by Wyatt Kane. Didn't give up a rebound. Very good.
No, he comes out. I like that. Like we were talking about the War Road goalie last night. He came way out. He plays, he was out 10 feet in front of his crease, and that really closed it down. And I noticed Kane, he comes out past his in the crease area to kind of. He's a bigger goalie. The pads look big from here.
One back by Grand Rapids. Now through neutral. Now back to pick it up for the Thunderhawks is Bray. Sends it back to neutral now. Trying to poke it ahead was Miskovich. He loses it now. Grand Rapids trying to drive it in front of the Thunderhawks bench. Derek, I have a question for you. How long has that tradition of excellence behind the bench been there here at Grand Rapids?
I would have to say, I bet you the mid-2000s.
Okay.
If I remember, I always remember the benches. The home bench was orange.
Yeah. Here comes Grand Rapids. Will Miskovich with the breakaway. Shot. Fires it over the net. Hits the backboards. And kept in by Grand Rapids. Now up to Blaze Murphy. Trying to connect on a pass there. Couldn't connect. Now it's going to be shot in by Hibbing Chisholm's Ringhofer. And now covered up by the goaltender, Grant Olson. Another sign here that you see is that Grand Rapids Indians sign. So when you were playing, was it the Indians?
Oh, yeah, it was. They didn't change that to 1995.
Okay.
That particular sign I like because the mother of the Limpies, Pat Limpy, she was the superintendent, I believe, or something to do with that. I don't remember exactly, but she hand-painted that thing, I believe. I know she had painted one of them, and I'd seen something not long ago that she is the one that painted that particular one.
Here comes Grand Rapids, odd man rush. Trying to center it over to number 13, Sweeney. Can't connect there. So it got broken up by the Hibbing Chisholm defender. Up at the point now. Here's Onen. Rebound shot, scores! Owen Castendick makes it 1-0 in favor of Grand Rapids.
And, you know, that was, boy, the defenseman, Owen, no, number 21. The way he picked the puck up, he didn't take the big slap shot, didn't do the big windup. He skated in and kept it on the ice, rebound off the goalie's pads. Because what do I say, Blake? Shoot the puck, rebounds happen off the goals happen off rebounds. There you go.
So with 12:25 remaining in period 2, it's 1-0 in favor of Grand Rapids in this Peewee B1 matchup. Now a possible odd man rush for Hibbing. Unable to get to the net along the far half wall now. To the corner. Here comes Grand Rapids once again. Can't connect on the pass there. Bringing it in was Hayden Jackson for Grand Rapids. I did not hear the assist on that goal.
10 scored it, and I believe you said number 21 on the assist.
Yeah, I know Castendick, number 10, scored the goal. Yep. 21 is Will Miskovich. Grand Rapids will be offside here, or Hibbing Chisholm will be offside.
You know, then I'll be wrong on that one because Will Miskovich, I just watched him. He had just went to the bench.
Okay.
So whoever the defense was in front of us, I don't know. I thought it was a 20-something. Maybe we'll be able to look and see who that left defense was. But regardless, excellent play by Grand Rapids. Very nice work. Puck kept low to the ground. Right before that, I was just going to say I'm going to have to put Will Miskovich on my must hit the tiny net before you can go home list.
Yep, yeah, he had that breakaway and fired it over the net. I mean, you see that at all levels, even more high school. As you get older, you see even, this year we've seen it a lot doing high school games. And
you said, I'm not used to these carbon fiber sticks or whatever they're using now. You said it may have a lot to do with that. They're different. I know the old wooden sticks we used, and we went to aluminum sticks with the replacement blades. I shouldn't say that. People who might be watching and know me, I used to get in trouble. I'd shoot the puck. I'd hit my teammates in the head. My close friend Glenn Bergman, I think he was ready to kill me a couple times. I've hit him in the chest and the back of the head. I couldn't keep the puck down to save my life.
Yeah, nowadays they have so many different curves on all the sticks.
They still got the dime rule on the curve rule. Is there a curve rule?
There is, yes.
So I know back in the day they used to take it, and if they could if they could slide a dime underneath it, it's too much.
Slap shot from the point there by number 20, Jens Onen. Saved there by Wyatt Kane. Grand Rapids is buzzing here in this second period, Eric.
That's your assist guy right there. Number 20 is the one that got the assist. Same move right there.
Okay, another shot there by Jens Onen. And a glove save by the goaltender Wyatt Kane. 9:57 remaining in period 2. 1-0 in favor of Grand Rapids.
And that's one thing I really like to see is the way that, these young kids, being poised. I like it. I mean, not to panic and get rid of the puck, kind of looking for that. And I'm sure every one of these defensemen and even the forwards, if you watch Jack Peart playing a high school game, boy, you're not going to see much more patience than that.
Yeah, he's fun to watch. Ooh. And of course there's Jack Peart, getting the scoring going yesterday afternoon. He scored the goal to get Grand Rapids on the board. He really got things going for them.
You know, that goal, too, the way he did it, I mean, it was electrifying in here because Rapids was kind of, this whole place, me included, I was on the edge of my seat. I was a little nervous at that point because, you know, War Road had played really well, and Grand Rapids had never seen a 2-0 deficit, I don't believe, going into the third period.
No, I think they're tied with Hermantown going into the third period.
Yeah, and so I'm telling you, and I say it again, they were put to the test in all fashions of the game yesterday, and they played really well. I was really proud of them. Even some of Blaine Mortensen, excellent, stepped in, played a wing on that first line, aggressive, played hard, had a couple opportunities, just couldn't get puck luck. He keeps digging, he's going to be in this lineup. You know, he's going to get himself a starting spot every game.
And you talked about, before the third period, that game being a character test for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. And they passed the test. They were able to persevere and get back in that game and win the game.
Well, Blake, I told you the score was 3-1, and I honestly...
Miskovich shot and a goal to make it 2-0 in favor of Grand Rapids with 8:29 remaining in period 2.
And that right there was just a good play. Number 7 for Grand Rapids. He made a really nice rush with the puck, and the puck, it went behind the net and come back out front and was shot, and there's another rebound. Will Miskovich in the right spot, right place. Very talented hockey player. I can see it now. Yeah,
both goals for Grand Rapids were off rebounds.
Yes. That's why if anybody out there, young people, you know, and coaches, preach to these kids, shoot the puck, get these rebounds, score goals. You know, look it up. 70% of goals are scored off rebounds.
So once again, scoring the goal was number 21, Will Miskovich, with the single assist going to number 7, Hayden Jackson. That made it 2-0 in favor of Grand Rapids. We have 8 minutes remaining in period 2.
And Will Miskovich just let a really nice shot go from the slot area. That was a really, really nice shot. You were getting some listening to the scoring, but very nice. You were right. He is a very talented hockey player.
One back by Miskovich, now blocked away by the Blue Jackets at the point. Here's Gavin Sadness. It's actually number 9, Joel Erdahl. Now brought in by Grand Rapids. Here's Andrew Rossi. Shot pad saved by Kane. Now on the near side. Sent up by Hibbing Chisholm. The neutral. Now Grand Rapids will be offside. Break of the action with 7:36 remaining in period 2. 2-0 in favor of the Thunderhawks.
You know, kind of on a little lighter note here, it's kind of funny, but you know, Will Miskovich, he's a good hockey player. If they want to hide him, he better get himself a black helmet. You know, they know he's number 21, but that white helmet sticks out. Get him a black helmet so he mixes in.
I have a question for you, Eric. Do you wish Grand Rapids went back to the orange helmets or no?
No.
No?
No. No. Blake, look up a ProTech helmet. It's the ugliest helmet you ever put in. It looked like somebody put a beach ball on your head. Black helmet's what we wore. But the orange helmets for the day back in the 70s, they were way ahead of the thing. I mean, look at the goalies, Jim Jetlin. His mask. Man, if you took a shot off that face mask, you're cutting your face open. I don't know. Gary Cheevers, goalie for the Boston Bruins back in the day. Every place on his mask, he had a mask that was molded to his face out of fiberglass. Every place he was hit and he had cut up on his face, he put a little stitch mark on the outside of the mask. And it's pretty cool. That whole mask was just loaded up. You've been to the Hockey Hall of Fame in Eveleth. Some of those old hockey masks those goalies wear, I think ought to have been like Gump Worsley and prefer not to wear a mask at all. Might not have felt so bad.
It's crazy.
Way crazy. But straight sticks back then too, though.
Right. Low shots. A lot of low shots back then.
Low shots. If it got up by your head, it was a deflection or, My very first hockey stick was given to me by Bill Baker. I was probably 3-4 years old down at Riverview Rink. I had it for years. I don't ever know what happened to it, but it was a straight blade Northland.
Grand Rapids on that power play right now. Sent out front. Miskovich over to. Nice pass over to number 22, Will Harkala.
No.
Another offside here. Minute 13 remaining on the power play for Grand Rapids. 6:30 remaining in period 2. It says 2-1.
No.
It's not 2-1. It's still 2-0.
No, 2-0. No, I'm confused. Unless they spotted him a goal, which I don't think you do in Peewee hockey. You know, that's a prime example of that of the Zamboni and the ice. The rink is really snowy on the blue line. The blue lines are faded. I think the referee had a hard time seeing that because from where my angle was, that puck never come back over because of the snow. She probably didn't see it.
I can tell from my experiences this year, it's very tough to see the blue line.
Yeah.
You know, even for icings, you're skating down, and there's one time it looked like the puck was past the goal line and the player touched it, but it was, you know, I call it an icing, but it was actually before the goal line, but it was hard to tell because it's so snowy out there. We're only in the second period right now.
Yeah. I was just trying to get the, looking up on the Hibbing website for the hockey, I was trying to look up the Hibbing coaches for this team, and they don't have them listed, so if anybody out there by chance knows the coaches' names, maybe you could put them on, send them to us, and I can give them a shout-out for
yeah, my roster doesn't have the coaches either here, so. Back in the Grand Rapids zone, 2-0 in favor of the Thunderhawks, with 5:45 remaining in period 2. Brought in by Grand Rapids. Cooper Lonson up at the point now on the far side. Shot right on.
Nice.
Nice control of the rebound there by the goaltender, Kane. Looked like it was going to come back down, but he was able to regroup and kind of, he gloved it out of the air. And
yes.
Yeah, he was able to.
Excellent play.
Yeah, that's what good goalies do, controlling the rebounds.
He has made a lot of really, really nice shots today.
Well, one of the coaches, or both coaches for this team, Brian Perpich and Eric Sundquist. Coaches for Hibbing.
Yeah, well, Eric Sundquist, I worked with him all summer long on a racing team. Didn't realize he was into hockey.
Hibbing back to full strength here. Back to 5-on-5 hockey with 5:08 remaining in period 2. 2-0 in favor of Grand Rapids. Now an icing here against the Blue Jackets. Breaking the action.
I'm just trying to find you a wonderful picture of, well, I can't find it, of Terry Shopek. They posted a picture up him on NHL the other day. He had been hit in the face with over 150 pucks, and he had stitches every time.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, the picture's pretty bad.
Play at neutral here, now back in the Grand Rapids zone. Here's Joe Dick. Sent right back in by Hibbing Chisholm, now controlled by the Thunderhawks. Jens Ahnen shoots it into the Blue Jacket zone, now back up at the point. Ahnen keeps it in. Now shot right on there by number 10, Owen Castendick. Another shot. Big save there by the goaltender. Kane looked like it was going to go right through his 5-hole, but he was able to control it to make the save once again. Yep.
You know, I've seen a lot of good goalies this year at the young age like this. It's fun to watch. This goalie's, his pads, you know, he's really good on his, you know, all goalies go to the pad thing. No, they play from their pads. It's different. But I've been watching him, man. He gets down and up very fast.
I don't know about you, Eric, but I'm cold right now.
Oh, man, my hands, that's why I forgot I was doing camera a minute ago. I put my hands in my pocket. You grab the camera, I'm like, oh, my hands got cold.
Shot there by the Blue Jackets out front. Saved by the goaltender, Grant Olson, now cleared by the Thunderhawks. Offside here. Stoppage of play with 4:01 remaining in period 2.
That right there is exactly what you and I just talked about a little bit ago. You need to be aware. I don't care what age level, you know, maybe just be aware of where where your players are, where the puck is. I think that's a big momentum turner sometimes.
Sent all the way down by Grand Rapids and icing here. Another stoppage of play. Face-off coming up in the Thunderhawk zone to the right of goaltender Grant Olson.
Thought you may like that. No, we talk about some of these back in the day, how things are so much different. There's some good movies, old movies, black and white movies. You know, as a young kid, as I watched as a Peewee, that really get you into the game of hockey. There's one about where Gordie Howe turned NHL into the Union. You know, think about this, Blake. Back in the day, these hockey players, maybe they played for, say, $500 a game. And all of a sudden one day Gordie Howe's sitting there and he's talking to another guy and he realizes that there's 30,000 people in this arena, or say 15,000 people in this arena back at the time, and they all paid $3 to get in. Do the math. He's like, wait a minute here now. You know, those are the things that just built this thing, you know.
Penalty coming up on Grand Rapids here. I believe this will be Hibbing Chisholm's first power play of the game. Going to the box is number 16, Blaze Murphy, 2-minute minor here. 3:07 remaining in period 2. Still 2-0 in favor of Grand Rapids.
I don't think it is. Somebody said it looked a little blurry, but I don't think it is. It might be when I move it really fast because they went back and forth. It looks clear to me. We'll see.
So Hibbing Chisholm on the power play here for another minute 45. Now to neutral. Back to the Blue Jackets. Ringhofer shoots it in on net. And the goaltender Olson decides to cover it up. Stoppage of play. 2:39 remaining in period 2. A minute 32 remaining on the power play for the Blue Jackets. Face-off coming up here to the left of goaltender Olson. Set out front. Poked away by the Grand Rapids defenseman Joe Dick. Now play at center ice. Here come the Blue Jackets now. Andrew Sundquist flips it in. Back behind the net now in the Grand Rapids zone. Sent out front, covered up by the goaltender Olson once again. Stoppage of play. Another face-off coming up in the Grand Rapids zone. .216 remaining in period 2. Face-off here to the left of Olson. Set behind the net now over to the far side. Grand Rapids controls here. Sweeney carrying it out. Shoots it all the way down. That will be an icing. Another stoppage of play here. .57 seconds remaining on the power play for the Blue Jackets here. Still looking for their first goal of the game as they trail 2-0. Shot there goes wide. Down the near side, up along the half wall, down to the corner once again. Coming in to pick it up is Braden Scott. Now Grand Rapids comes away with it. Here's Bray over to the far side now along the half wall. To the point, shot there, intercepted by Grand Rapids. And backhanded out through neutral. Back to neutral now. Grand Rapids trying to drive it in. Only 24 seconds remaining on the power play for Hibbing Chisholm. It's going to be brought up by number 10, Tyler Fisher. Now up at the point. That will not be an icing on the play as it was shot to the point by Hibbing's number 5. Braden Scott And the goaltender, Wyatt Kane, covers it up for a stoppage of play. Minute 15 remaining in period 2 and 8 seconds remaining on the power play for Grand Rapids, or Hibbing Chisholm.
Yeah, Grand Rapids is playing good hockey. Hibbing Chisholm come down. They had a couple nice shots from the blue lane. They just missed the net, so they're getting their chances. You know, they're playing really well to keep this at a 2-0 game.
Grand Rapids back at full strength now. Play in the Hibbing Chisholm zone over in the far corner. Blue Jackets come away with it. And it's going to be backhanded in by Onen. Now over to the far corner. 45 seconds remaining in period 2. 2-0 in favor of Grand Rapids. Over on the near side now. Battling for it. Now the Blue Jackets will send it off the glass through neutral. Going back to pick it up for GR is Will Miskovich. Up to Jackson. Now Grand Rapids will be offside here with only 22 seconds remaining in period 2.
Yeah, I don't know what made it blurry for a couple people out there sent me messages, but we messed with it a little bit and we fixed it, so I hope that he said it looks better now.
Can be a connection too sometimes. If you don't have a strong internet connection, it can be kind of blurry at times.
Yeah, definitely. I seen it. It was the numbers were going lower there for a second. I don't know what was causes that.
2 seconds remaining, and that's going to do it for period number 2 from the IRA Civic Center. Our score after 2 periods of play, it's Grand Rapids 2 and Hibbing Chisholm 0.
You know, that was a good period, Blake. I think that the goals that Grand Rapids scored, good effort, good working goals. You know, the biggest thing is they haven't quit. They keep plugging away. Hibbing is they got a very good team. You know, I'd like to see I wish I knew the rest of their record after the pause because 6-1, and then they were paused because of this pandemic. But I would love to see where they stand now because they're a good hockey team. They move the puck well. I think that the biggest thing is Grand Rapids is they play so good on the defensive zone. They keep Hibbing from coming in. So I just think that Grand Rapids right now is just playing a really solid hockey game. Hibbing's just going to have to keep plugging away. They can't quit. They're only just like last night's game. You know, this is huge right now. This is coming in here 2-0. Grand Rapids was down 2-0. They never gave up. Hibbing, you can't give up. You got to keep coming back. Make smart plays. Stay in your position. Headman the puck. Look for the open guy. Take the shot when you get a shot. If it's you and the goalie or you think you got a good shot, take that good shot because I think a lot of times, looking and waiting to give the puck to the pretty pass and then all of a sudden it's not there. That stinks. And so, I don't know. That's where we stand right now, 2-0. The first goal was scored by, let's see here. Let me grab this roster over here from Blake. We're looking at this one here. First goal for Grand Rapids, I know, was scored by number 10, Owen Castendick. He just got a rebound. It was a really nice goal. Just the shot was brought in by Jens Onen. Yeah, nice low shot, rebound off the goalie's pad, right out. Owen, really nice play to put it in, put up Grand Rapids 1-0. And then second goal was Will Miskovich. Just made a really, really nice shot. Keep it low to the ground. Was able to find the back of the net, puts Grand Rapids 2-0. Here we're getting ready to start the third period. They're going to drop the puck. So all I can say is we've got a good hockey game here, and I'm hoping that Hibbing, they just keep playing hard, keep trying, get back in this game. Because, the goalies played really well for really well for Hibbing Chisholm. So here we go. They're going to drop the puck, and my play-by-play guy is sliding back in right now, and he's going to take over.
So as I was taking a break there, I was looking at a picture down by the front door there. It's from 2012, 2013. It was the whole Grand Rapids youth program and the high school players, a big picture of all the players. And those players, the players that are graduating this year, they were probably mites or squirts at that time. But my advice to kids playing hockey, you got to cherish every moment because it goes by really fast, really, really fast.
How many, we've done, I'll say 4 interviews this year. I've heard 4 players, including Zach Stacekel, the UMD goalie, freshman goalie. He said some of his best memories of childhood hockey, high school hockey, is at the rinks with his friends. Those are the ones you cherish the most. And talking to Tim Berglund, from the coach from Thief River Falls, he told me that he agrees, himself included, the kids learn more when they're by themselves with their friends at a rink than they do when there's coaches involved.
Right. Yeah, that's how all these players back in the day, that's how, I mean, even today too, that's how they all got good. That's how they all got to the NHL, was countless hours on the outdoor rinks. And, it's kind of funny, some of the seniors from Grand Rapids, their best hockey memories were almost every one of them said the Roseau tournament.
Yeah, I remember the first time I went to Roseau, it was in War Road. I thought, where are we going? I think going to the cities is a long ways, but you actually see things, houses. Going to Roseau War Road when you're young, you don't see nothing but swamp.
I never got to play in Roseau because I'm from Eveleth. I never played in a tournament up in Roseau. I've never skated there ever.
You know what? Did you ever get to see the old War Road rink, or was it already tore down?
Is it the one that's connected to the gardens?
It was downtown, right downtown, middle downtown.
I've never seen that
one,
no.
They never, as far as I know, they never put plexiglass in their rink. It was a chain link until the day they quit using it. Marvin Gardens was built. It was a chain link fence all the way around it still. And there was, from the dasher boards on the sides, there was no chain link fence, nothing. You sat in that first 2 rows. The players were right there. You got checked. You could have got checked into the stands. I mean, up until, how long has Marvin Gardens been there? I would probably have to say Marvin Gardens.
Well, they played that second rink too for a long time, didn't they?
You know what? I don't remember that. I thought it was a straight change, Blake, but I may be completely wrong on that. I just remember I went up to that Marvin when it was, maybe it was the late 90s, early 2000. But I remember going up there, and it was brand new. And I walked in and I thought, wow, look at this stadium seating. Absolute, everything was blue, which I didn't understand at the time because the colors of War Road were black.
Black and yellow, yeah.
And everything was blue in there. I was like, whoa. And it just was a nice save.
Yeah, opportunity there for Hibbing. They put a shot on there. Nice glove save by the goaltender Olsen. Still 2-0 in favor of Grand Rapids with 11:36 remaining in period 3. But
that's what I was trying to share with you earlier, that goalie. That's a goalie from back in NHL days. That's just something that we talk about, those kind of things. That's what's nice about these Peewee games sometimes is you get to reminisce about the arena a little more. We don't know a lot about these teams. We know what the game in hand is, and I'm impressed with a few of these players. I'm impressed with the coaches, how they have both of these teams are they just seem like these teams are very well coached, very well behaved. Play smart hockey, position hockey. Even that last game we did, those girls, they played position hockey. And, it's just fun to do.
Just trying to find I'm trying to find who's in first place in the District 12 standings right now.
Is that the district that covers the whole, this whole Iron Range area?
Iron Range, yep. And yeah, for the B teams, Grand Rapids is included, of course. the Peewee AA teams and Bantam AA teams for Grand Rapids, they don't play districts. They go straight to regions, obviously. But
Okay. Is that all? Is that all the years? Because I thought there used to be districts and regions in both when it was a normal season, but maybe not. And where's some of the districts being held out this year between, for the double A's, the A's, Peewees, and Bantams?
I'm not sure, but according to this website here, it says Grand Rapids B1 Orange is in first place. They have 30 points, 10-0 on the season, and for the Hibbing B1s, they are 7-1 on the season. They have 22 points.
Wow!
So it looks like Hibbing still has a lot of district games coming up before playoffs. Grand Rapids B1 Black is actually in second place with 27 points. Shot there by the Thunderhawks. Point blank chance there. Miskovich picks it up for Grand Rapids. Shot there over the net. Wraps around the boards over on the far side. Sent down to the far corner now. We have 10:05 remaining in period 3. 2-0 in favor of Grand Rapids. Shot there, goes wide. Grand Rapids, another shot goes wide. Now on the near side, still in the Hibbing Chisholm zone. Yeah, it looks like here in District 12 for Peewee Bees, there are 7 teams. You have Greenway, International Falls, Virginia, Evelyn Gilbert, of course. But yeah, Grand Rapids Orange and Grand Rapids Black, the 2 top teams for Peewee Bees.
That's excellent. You know what? That means that there are some numbers coming up.
Yeah, I was telling you, Eric. Grand Rapids, they have four Peewee teams, and Hibbing has 3.
That's excellent because some of these schools, man, it is so weird when you do a JV game and they start the game with 4 guys on the bench. Second period, third period is switched out. You got to be up on it because you're like, all of a sudden, boom, well, where'd he come from and where'd he go? Like Blaine Mortensen last night. Played 2 periods, and all of a sudden, third period, he wasn't out there in the JV game, which the Grand Rapids JV, they won 5-2 over War Road last night.
What a save there.
Wow.
2 big saves for the goaltender, Kane. Holy. Were you watching that, Eric?
I caught the first one.
It was going straight to the net, and the goaltender, Kane, dove and saved it with his glove. Then there's a rebound, and he dove over and stopped that one.
Yep.
2 huge saves for the Hibbing netminder.
Yes, he's, you know what, that's, like I mentioned earlier, he is so fast getting up on his skates, and that just showed right there. He is so fast from his left to right. Very, very nice goalie. I like that stuff. You going to make her, Blake? We have to start a fire up here for you?
Yeah, it's cold in here.
Oh, my
Very
goodness.
cold.
It is. It is. I got gloves, and I'm being dumb and not putting them on. You want to put some gloves on? Oh, you can't. You got to run the little computer.
So a little talk here between the Grand Rapids coach and the 2 referees about
it's one of those things. You know what? In the heat of action, things happen. Players land on top of players. On that particular play, I don't think by any means the Grand Rapids kid just decided to hold the goalie down. But you never know what goes through their head.
Play continues here in the Hibbing Chisholm zone. Tipped out by the Blue Jackets now to neutral. We brought right back in by Grand Rapids. Hayden Jackson. Back behind the net now. Sent up to the near side now along the half wall. Brought out by the Blue Jackets. Number 16. Wide Story now in the Grand Rapids zone. Picking it up is Easton Bagden. I think Hibbing just had 6 players out there.
You know what? A couple times I thought the Grand Rapids had 6 players out there.
Now deep in the Hibbing zone, along the backboards.
They just did again.
Now over on the far half wall, Grand Rapids picks it up. Here's Jackson. Now the Blue Jackets come away with it. Tip it out of the zone. Just getting back with it for the Thunderhawks is Bray. Play at center ice. And sent it by Grand Rapids. Picked up by number 16, Blaze Murphy. Shot there goes wide. Now over on the far side, a battle for it. It's Miskovich for Grand Rapids and Peters, Maverick Peters for Hibbing battling for it. Now a centering pass out front. Miskovich puts a backhand shot. Rebound there for number 6, Andrew Rozzi. And a big hit there along the far half wall. Now it's going to be covered up by the goaltender, Wyatt Kane. Stoppage of play, 7:28 remaining in period 3. Still 2-0 in favor of Grand Rapids.
Well, you know, the coach, he's yelling because of that hit right there. He just missed one over on the boards he couldn't see. That made me a little nervous because the Hibbing player's back was turned towards the board, or if he was facing the boards. And I'm really glad the Grand Rapids kid, he let up, but they both ended coming down. How often do you see, and is that a huge judgment call nowadays, the checking from behind? That's got to be a tough one too.
And the Hibbing Chisholm zone here, back behind the net. Sent up to the point, kept in by Grand Rapids. Now driving to the net, backhand shot, quick save there, covered up by goaltender Wyatt Kane.
We got 7:03 left in this third period. Grand Rapids, they lead Hibbing 2-0. Been an excellent hockey game. Been excellent goalie play by Kane, the goalie for Hibbing. He has made some tremendous saves in this third period alone.
So Eric, going back to yesterday's game, imagine if this place was packed. Imagine how loud it would have been in here.
Blake, I've been here. I've seen it. One of the biggest packed arenas I ever did. I did a radio game with Larry Johnson. It was Duluth East in Grand Rapids. And you couldn't fit another human being in this arena. That the fire marshal walked in here, he'd have probably had a heart attack. I mean, and each team would score, and it just would erupt. Greenway Grand Rapids games. You were at the Greenway Grand Rapids game last year. Now, tell me that wasn't a fun atmosphere.
It was, yeah.
You know, packed house.
Yep.
Missed that this year. But you know what? You said it last night. When they scored that, you know, the tying goal, I'll go with that one.
Yep.
What it was, this place erupted for what was in here. It was electrifying. And watching you, Blake, I wish I'd have had a camera on you because it was your fist was pumping because it was excitement, just excitement. It kind of takes over. And even, you know, I caught myself even when War Road, when they scored a goal, the way it happened, it was exciting. I mean, you know, yeah. Granted, I'm from Grand Rapids, and you know, do this, and I want to try not to show favoritism, but. You know, I still bleed a little orange, but god dang it, I really enjoyed last night the way War Road played hockey. Smart hockey.
Yeah, it was a very good game.
And your goal at the end of the game, call, I shared that with Teresa, and she loved it.
Yeah, and I also...
You lost your voice. You ran out of air there for a second, I think.
Yeah, I also posted that on our social medias. So.
Is that one of your most exciting goals you think you've called?
Well, I remember my first game ever doing play-by-play. It was last season. It was a high school game between Minnetonka and Grand Rapids here at the IRA Civic Center. Joey Del Greco scored the game-winning goal in overtime. But that game was crazy. Minnetonka scored with 0.1 seconds remaining.
0.1 second to tie the game up.
And then Grand Rapids won in overtime. You know, I would say the game-winning goal call for that one was pretty cringy. That was my first time doing play-by-play ever. But
well, if you remember right, Blake, the goal light never came on when Minnetonka tied it up. The referee, Mr. Plackner, was standing in the right place, and he's the one that seen it go in the net. So that made it a little more dramatic and exciting, the tying goal for them. But then the other one was, for me, I wasn't doing on the radio at the time. I was here watching, but when Hill Murray scored with under, I think, 30 seconds left in the game to beat Grand Rapids 1-0. That was a nail-biter to the end. And it was just like, I was just like, what in the world?
Here's a breakaway chance for Hibbing Chisholm. Julian Fisher, breakaway shot. Saved there by the goaltender, Grant Olson. And there is a power play for Grand Rapids right now. They still have 30 seconds remaining on that. Still 2-0 in favor of the Thunderhawks with 4:30 remaining in period 3.
Excellent, excellent opportunity for Hibbing. I said it earlier in the third period. I'm glad they're not just rolling over. They're playing hard. They're shorthanded. Playing that box, kind of forcing Grand Rapids at the blue line. The wings playing in the right spot. Was able to free up and get that, and the speed is what caused that. Excellent save by the Grand Rapids goalie, Olson. And, you know, this is good hockey for Peewee Bees.
Here comes Hibbing Chisholm once again. No, it's been very good hockey. Smart hockey, lots of speed, I think. Very good hockey. You're right, Eric.
I can see why both these two teams got really good records. I think, what did it say, one loss between the two of them in the region, district? In district games?
Rapids is undefeated.
Yeah, and Hibbing has
one loss.
One loss, yeah. So excellent hockey.
That loss for Hibbing Chisholm was to this team here.
Yeah, well,
they've already
like
played
9-7-2 or something.
Yep, they've already played each other.
Yeah.
Yep, they've already played each other. It was in the last game. It was 9-2 victory for Grand Rapids in game number. Yeah. Wow. So right now it's only 2-0 Grand Rapids with 3:20 remaining in period 3.
You know, Blake, and here we are. Say we're cold here. Can you imagine if we had to do a game over in the fairgrounds this morning in Hibbing? Well, holy smokes! I'd have to bring my long underwear.
Well, you and Randy are going to be there.
Yeah, I'm hoping I hope the sun comes out tomorrow.
Shot there, pad save by Kane. But yeah, for the Hibbing parents, Hibbing fans, we're doing the Peewee A game tomorrow night between Hibbing Peewee A's and Virginia Peewee A's from the Hibbing Fairgrounds.
And then I'm going to take 2 days off, Blake, because that makes number 7 games for me this week. I'm going to take 2 days off, and then me and you'll be back over doing the Eveleth, Virginia huge matchup game in Eveleth.
Yep.
That is huge for the IRC conference.
It is. Yep.
Eveleth, I do believe they're tied right now. Is it tied or 1 point different, I think. But it is very big. So be sure to tune into that game Thursday night. I know there's another really good game that night, but who would not want to listen to Blake and Eric make a call of a really good game that means something between Eveleth and Virginia?
Yeah, there's also Grand Rapids Hermantown right here at the RA Civic Center. My 9 will be here, so we're not going to come here for that one.
And you know what? People at home, they can get all the devices going. One night I had the Bulldogs going. I was watching my 9. I was watching an up north stream that you were doing in Coleraine of a Greenway game. So you got the means, you can watch them all. I wouldn't mind having a nice little room set up where you can do that all the time.
So timeout here for Hibbing. Just going to take this time to thank our sponsors, the Rink Sports Grill, 90 Degree Media. Make sure to check out our website, upnorthhockey.com. Iron Range Apparel in the Thunderbird Mall in Virginia, Minnesota Twist Drill, Anthony's Heating, AC, and Refrigeration, G&B Environmental, and Winnie Trading Post. Also, if you're looking to send donations to Up North Hockey, you can do it 2 ways. One through Venmo. Look up Up North-Hockey. Once again, that's Up North-Hockey through Venmo. Also on our website, we have a link to our PayPal account. So make sure to check that out if you want to send money. Any and all donations would be greatly appreciated. Would help us with buying new equipment, travel expenses, food, gas, all that stuff there. So like I said, any and all donations would be greatly appreciated. And the PayPal link can be found once again on upnorthhockey.com.
Yeah, definitely. Anything that any donation is greatly appreciated. We are still trying to discuss. We're not really sure where we are with it yet. We're going to talk about it amongst us. I want to continue to do some games. Maybe some youth district and our region games. You know, we're not sure what we can do yet with our schedule. I would love to do some high school games. That's still to be determined yet. So every donation is going to help us towards that stuff. So, you know, just keep that in mind, and it'd be greatly appreciated.
And for me, I'm kind of sad that the season's kind of winding down here. Tomorrow's March 1st, and have about 15 or 16 days left of the season, and that's it. But I am very excited for section playoffs as well, though.
I am. I really am. Last night really set the tone, Blake, of how it could be.
Yeah, right here it's going to be, you know, every game it's going to be very exciting. Grand Rapids, I mean, it's still going to be close, I think. Even if they lose to Hermantown and, you know, win out, you know, the rest of the games, maybe one loss in there somewhere. Shot there by Grand Rapids, and a whistle stoppage of play saved by the goaltender Kane. But, you know, I think Rapids could still lose to Hermantown. I don't want them to lose.
I don't want them to.
Well,
you know,
I don't want to say that.
I say that because, you know what, here, let them split. I like to see good hockey.
Yep.
That's all I mean by that. They won the first game, let Rapids win the next, you know, not let them, but you know what I'm saying, you know. As an announcer.
But as a, you know.
Want to see good hockey.
Looking at Section 7 AA, I would like to see Rapids get the #1 seed.
It'd make it easier for me and you.
Yeah, well, I guess, I mean, they got to make the, I mean, they're most likely going to play Duluth Marshall in the quarterfinals. Then, so here's the deal for Section 7 AA. They're doing a north-south for the quarterfinals and semifinals. So Grand Rapids would probably play the winner of Duluth East and Cloquet. So that semifinal is not going to be an easy game.
No, absolutely not. Because here's the deal. Duluth East.
Here's Mizkovich for Grand Rapids.
If
Shot
it
right
comes
on.
down to it, it'd be the third time Duluth East will play Grand Rapids. They're going to start to figure something out. They're going to start to play something a little different. Very nice call on the outside there.
Yep.
Very nice call.
Offside on
slide
Hibbing.
in back there.
Yep, offside on Hibbing here. 54 seconds remaining in period 3. 2-0 in favor of Grand Rapids here.
You know, I don't know how this is going to break down. I know that here, if we don't stream any of these games, I know I want to do some updates. I want to be at these games watching. I want to do some updates we've got fans all over the place that I don't know if they can pick up My 9 and you know, and whoever's going to be streaming these games. Certain people, I don't know.
I don't think My 9 does section
Okay,
games.
well, I don't know who would be doing it, but I mean, we'll have to figure something out because we have a strong fan base that's not even in Minnesota. You know, family members. Me and Randy been doing Eveleth games, and we know that there's at least 5 different family members of Eveleth team players that are in Florida and, you know, Georgia, Tennessee. I've got friends that's been watching us do this from Arizona and Texas, California. The other day we had one from Connecticut.
Well, the Hibbing goalie's out here. Only 25 seconds remaining. Sent all the way down by Grand Rapids. Once again, it will not make it for an icing. So it's picked up by Ringhofer. He sends it out. Only 17 seconds remaining. Still 2-0 in favor of Grand Rapids as it's flipped in by the Blue Jackets deep in the Thunderhawk zone. That's going to be shot around the net over to the near side. And that's just about going to do it. 3 seconds remaining. We're going to have an offside here. The time will tick down. 1 second remaining. So that's going to do it here from the Irish Civic Center. Just one puck drop. They will run it down here. Good hockey game. Very competitive. Hibbing was very good. Grand Rapids very good as well. 2-0 final in favor of the Thunderhawks.
Last time Grand Rapids won this game 9-2.
Yeah.
They did it 2-0 today.
Yep.
Great goaltending by Grand Rapids. Great goaltending by Hibbing. Hibbing is, like I just said, Grand Rapids, if they had to play Duluth East, they're going to get to the third matchup of the year. Next time, if these two teams, it'll be the third matchup of the year.
Yep.
So, nice job to Hibbing. Blake, great idea. Glad we did this.
Yeah.
Started my morning kind of early this morning. I'm ready to go and relax. I gotta head back home here and get ready. Doing a game tomorrow with Randy. So I'm gonna let Blake talk for a second here. I'm gonna sign off, and I gotta get ready and boogie out of here. And so thank you, folks, every one of you. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Be sure to spread the word. Up North Hockey, like us, follow us. We're doing the best we can. We're not professionals, but we're sure working on it. So just keep following us, and I'll be talking to everybody tomorrow night. Peewee AA is in the Fairgrounds, 5:30, Hibbing, Virginia.
Yep, Peewee A game.
Peewee A games, excuse me.
I get that mixed up.
I do too. I'm not used to all this AA, A's, 2's, B's.
Yep.
You know, okay. Well, thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Blake, great job working with you again. And I'll let you go.
Yep. All right. Have a good day, everyone. Hibbing, Virginia, Peewee's tomorrow night on Up North Hockey from the Fairgrounds Arena in Hibbing. Have a good day, everyone.